Number 1. The teaching and learning of communication skills for social work students, a realist synthesis protocol by Ruth Hall, argues that communication skills in social work education are under-theorized. Why is it important to have clear theoretical foundations for teaching communication skills, and how might a lack of theory impact social work practice and student learning? So my answer is that clear theoretical foundations are important in teaching communication skills because they help the educators understand how and why certain teaching methods work for students and how they lead to specific learning outcomes. Ruth Hall explains that the teaching of communication skills in social work education is often under-theorized, which means that the theories behind how these skills are taught are not always explained very clearly. When there's not a strong theoretical base, communication training can become inconsistent or poorly designed because instructors might not fully understand what actually helps their students learn these skills. A lack of theory might impact social work practice and student learning because students may learn techniques or activities in class but may not fully understand why those techniques work or how to apply them in real life situations such as talking with clients, other people, etc. This makes it harder for them to communicate effectively with clients who are dealing with complicated problems. Strong theoretical foundations help make communication training more purposeful and evidence-based, which ultimately prepares social workers to interact with clients more effectively and provide better support for them. Number 2. Simon Sinek describes true listening as creating an environment where the other person feels heard, not just that their words are listened to. I'm reflecting on a time that I felt truly heard, or when I failed to help someone else feel that way, what made the difference, and how might practicing emptying the bucket or replacing judgment with curiosity change the way I approach future conversations with clients, peers, and loved ones? My answer is that one time I truly felt heard was when I told my mom I wanted to transfer schools. It was difficult to bring this topic up because I was fearful and nervous about the response I was going to get, but in reality she was very understanding. She allowed me to say how I felt and talk without being interrupted, and I truly felt heard. I was able to fully explain how I felt, and I was not interrupted or anything. She listened to my concerns and responded when I had said all I needed to say, not intervening or shutting down what I was saying. What made the difference was that stereotypically, parents usually shut down some decisions quickly, especially a decision of this magnitude, or immediately ask questions like why. But this time I felt like I was truly being listened to and heard in the decision I wanted to make and the life change I wanted to pursue. Practicing emptying the bucket might change the way I approach future conversations because I can now fully listen to the person conversing with me, and by letting them talk through their whole thought without being interrupted, it will make them feel heard, they will trust me, and it will benefit the conversation for both parties involved. Number 3. Reflecting on Dr. Ogowni's explanation of the 4 types of communication: verbal, nonverbal, written, and visual. Which type do you feel the most confident in using in a helping relationship, and which do you feel needs the most development? How might improving this area impact your ability to build trust and rapport with clients? My answer is that the type of communication I feel most confident in using in a helping relationship is verbal communication. I feel like I'm a better communicator when I can use both my hands and my voice. I am much better at getting my point across when I'm speaking verbally, not by writing or using pictures. I feel like my nonverbal communication needs the most development because I'm not good at gestures or facial expressions if I'm not using my hands with it. It does not get my point across if I'm just using non-visual communication and nonverbal communication. I've been told that my gestures and facial expressions are not enough and at times confusing. Improving this area will impact my ability to build trust with clients because it will benefit how I use verbal communication combined with nonverbal cues. Combining the two and being good at both will cause my client and myself to benefit from the conversation fully, and the client will be able to fully understand what I'm saying, unlike if I were less proficient in nonverbal communication but highly proficient in verbal communication. I need to be proficient in both to fully build trust with clients and make the conversation flow best as possible and get them the best help as possible.